We're back. I'm Al Parinello, and this
And
is
I'm not.
and this is Steve Steiner, not me. At any rate, thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
I was a little confused about it. Yeah, so we're here to talk about the next great, gigantic, amazing event here at Surflight Theatre. What's the name of the show again?
South Pacific.
Ah, yeah, South Pacific. I mean, think about this. The thing opens in 1949. It gets nominated for all kinds of awards. It actually wins 10 Tony Awards, 10, including Best Musical. And then it goes on to play, are you ready for this? 1,925 performances before it closes. South Pacific is a gem of a play, and it became a gem of a movie as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Steve, how did you get the rights to South Pacific?
We have a good relationship with Concord Theatricals, who has the rights to South Pacific. There's a couple of other interesting things about it. First of all, it's based on an enormous book by James A. Michener, Tales of the South Pacific.
Right.
And I believe it also won the Pulitzer Prize that year.
It did. It's in my research. I just forgot to mention it.
That's all right. And that's a big deal because not many Broadway musicals have won the Pulitzer Prize, just a very few, as a matter of fact. So
I personally have never won one.
I'm not surprised.
At any rate, so we're going to try to be serious on this one because this is a serious theatrical event. So can we be serious?
Well, I don't know. Well, you got to remember that Billis does do Honey Bun dressed as one of the girls, and of course.
Are we going to see that?
Oh yeah, we certainly are. As well as, sure, and of course, it's a fun piece. I think it's Thanksgiving celebration that they're having on the island.
Okay. Incidentally, I personally this morning before coming here had a honey bun.
Did you?
I did, yes, with my coffee, and it was delicious. So thank you for asking. Let's talk about some of the great songs in South Pacific because they're really kind of goofy songs as far as I'm concerned. But I think that's what makes it
interesting. The goofier ones are things like Bloody Mary and Honey Bun, certainly. Right. But there's also gorgeous music in this. This Nearly Was Mine, and Some Enchanted Evening, of course, and we've got a terrific guy who's going to be playing Emile Debec for us, John D. Smitherman, and we're very excited about him joining our family.
Well, that's one of the key roles.
Oh, absolutely.
And now, how would you define? Because I was obviously putting notes together for this. I was a little. There seems to be a people want to stay away from a hidden meaning of this show, having to do with. As a matter of fact, there was an awful lot of writing about what did Michener? What was Michener?
Michener.
Yeah. What was he actually saying? What is the theme of the book that became the movie?
Well, I mean, a lot of it has to do with racial issues.
Yes.
And the fact that Nellie has to come to terms with the fact that Emile had a previous relationship with a Polynesian woman, and at that time, 1949, racial issues were much more difficult than they are today. I mean, there's no question that we still have a ways to go, and quite a ways in some cases.
So it was really bold.
Yeah, it was very bold, and it was not necessarily all that surprising, because Oscar Hammerstein II, who wrote the lyrics for the piece, was adamant about trying to make things better and exposing racial divides for what they were. He even did it in Showboat much earlier in the 30s.
And one of my favorite songs, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. Now, I searched every word of the entire play. And I've seen nothing about a rabbit.
Well, you better check your spelling.
I want to know, as the guy who puts all of these ingredients together, how do you have the audacity to find players to emulate the roles of these great artists? How do you do that?
Well, you just audition, I mean, we usually, over the course of our audition season,
Right.
generally audition over 2,000 actors.
Wow. 2,000.
Yes, and we see them personally. A lot of shows would use casting directors who would whittle basically the pool down,
Right.
so that only a couple of hundred would be seen by the artistic team for the show. But we believe, especially since we work with so many early career people, we don't want somebody else making those decisions, so we do it ourselves.
The thing that impresses me is the fact that you and I hang out together numerous days out of the year. You've never even thought about putting me in one of the plays.
You haven't auditioned.
I haven't been invited to audition.
The casting notices are on our website.
I'm not getting anywhere here. What else do you want to tell these fine people about this incredible piece of magic that you're about ready to?
It's being directed and choreographed by Andrew Glant Linden. Andrew has been with us for many, many years. He was actually here before I was, and the fellow that hired me back in 1998 said, "Oh, you got to get this guy. He's the best guy we have." Meanwhile, in between doing a number of shows for us and a number of shows for other people and off Broadway, he was one of the stage managers for probably 15 years on Phantom of the Opera in New York.
Okay, what else is going on at Surflight during this time?
We've got, of course, the comedy night, June, July, August, several of them. We've got the Star Comedy Night with Mike Marino, Taylor Mason doing family comedy. We've got Puppy Pals, which is stunt comedy dogs, trained on July 1st. July 15th, the One Hit Wanderers, which I'm very excited about. It's a group of really stellar musicians who have played with everybody from Stevie Wonder to Aretha Franklin to even Leonard Bernstein. And they specialize in playing a catalog of songs by bands that only had one hit. And so every time they start a song, you go, "Oh my God, I love that song," but I haven't heard that. It's for such a long time. But it's all really popular songs by bands that only had one hit. The Edwards twins are coming back. They're, of course, male-female impersonators, two brothers. One does all the guys, the other one does all the women. And they're on August 28th, and it's their last time because they are retiring following this tour that they're doing right now.
So good.
They really
so
are
good.
amazing.
And the place just packs up. So
Absolutely.
I would say, look carefully, folks, because these tickets will be gone very soon.
The Jersey Tenors will be here twice this year. In August, they're doing the Hollywood hits, the songs from the movies. And in the Saturday before Christmas, we've got them doing a holiday performance, and that was just added to the schedule. Showplace Ice Cream Parlor is up and running now, and that's always great fun, and you can make reservations for that online.
And the next show after South Pacific is another gigantic winner, and that is Footloose. Mm-hmm. And I remember we did that together.
In 2017, same year as $1 Million Quartet, yeah.
Yeah, so, it doesn't get better than that. Following Footloose is Titanic.
Some of the most beautiful music that's played on Broadway in the last 40 or 50 years. Just gorgeous, gorgeous score, compelling story. We did a national tour of the show in 2012. We played it actually at a theater over in Barnegat, and then it went out on a national tour. It was the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the ship. And so we did it, and Paula Hammond Sloan directed and choreographed that production, and she'll be here directing this production. So it's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous production.
And then after that, we've got Head Over Heels, and that is the music of?
It's the Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's.
Yeah, the story is an old English story from like the 1600s, but the music is the Go-Go's, which were the only #1 all-female band.
Wow, the only one. Wow. After that, we got Hoagie Carmichael's Stardust Road.
This is a brand new show. It's had one engagement. It played at the York Theatre in New York.
Wow.
And we are the second theater in the country to do it. It's beautiful, great music by Hoagie Carmichael. 7 characters over the course of 25 or so years. The 30s, the 40s, of course, were the war years that Hoagie was writing, and the 50s were the movie musicals. And we see them travel through those eras of Hoagie Carmichael's music, and we have a live band on stage for that, so that'll be going on too, and that's what's Hoagie Carmichael's Stardust Road.
All of that sounds fascinating.
And the best tap dancing you'll ever see.
But to me, the show of the season is next.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Great American Trailer Park Musical.
Yeah, my wife's been after me to do it for years.
Well, she likes to keep things like home.
Sure.
Anyway, so and it goes on from there. We also are going to do the incredible play Steel Magnolias that comes up in the fall, and then Daddy Longlegs. It's just a long season, folks, and we're at the very, very beginning. So, needless to say, get on the phone, get your tickets now. These things are selling out. And by the way, am I right in hearing that the Christmas show is selling tickets like crazy?
Oh, it is. And actually last year's Christmas show, A Christmas Story, was the largest selling show of the season. And this one is going to be run for its money, Miracle on 34th Street, the musical. And actually South Pacific is also selling really, really well.
It doesn't get better than this, folks. We are here to serve you. You've got to call a number, though, and that number to get your tickets is
609-492-9477.
Pay
no attention to the guy that drones on when he answers. Just push 1. It'll take you to the box office.
He's the guy who drones on. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening, and come back. We're going to keep doing these videos over, and you'll find a lot of information. As we learn it, we're going to give it to you. Thanks so much, folks. I'm Al Parinello.
And I'm Steve Steiner.